It's a duel of the arts!
Here I come!
What's
over.
this?
Flying
freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Mirage! Win!
Eat this! Dance in the wind! Seriously now, reload! Dragon Pile! I'm only getting started. In here, let the marksman I'll be
handle
saving this way.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Shivering Wind! Rising Falcon! Mirage!
Nicely done. Forgive you! Not on my watch!
It's over! You're mine!
You'll pay for what you did!
You got spirit!
Lightning or raging cascade! I'm only getting lightning! Sleep down!
I'll run you through! We're not dead!
Think we're on mine!
Rising Falcon!
Get toasty!
Burst strike! Do it!
Watch him! Very well! Astral energy! Full throttle! Certainly not bad. No complaints here. Get lost!
Take this!
Glacial Spear!
Rising Wyvern!
Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt!
Rising Falcon! Aim for their weak spot!
This help?
Now you see what I can do!
You're finished!
Healing circle!
Thanks!
Lightning orb! Here I go! I'm only getting
Take this!
stronger! Down to the
Rising
wind!
Wyvern!
Steel! More for the sky pile! Searing flame!
The enemy wields our too.
We'll soon see about that!
Easter!
Geo Force! Glacial Spear! Weird Eagle! Cover the caster! Freeze Lancer! Here, let me help!
Here I come!
First aid!
It's over!
Thunder Field!
Raining Slap!
Raging Cascade!
Blow away!
Thunder Field!
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning! Swallow
Here I come!
It's time!
Now! While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Blow away!
Rising Wyvern!
No further!
If it's in the area,
Rising Wyvern! Crush! Rising Wyvern! It's over!
Attack time!
This time! Rising Falcon! Not today!
By the power of
Take it!
Hurricane!
It's over!
In here!
Raining
Now
Slap!
I'm in the groove!
I'll be saving I never miss!
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you!
Reload! Here, let me
Rocket!
help! Now!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block!
That was a little close for comfort.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
Only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
There she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Miez. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down and it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Here I come! It's over!
You I'll be saving
Right.
I'm on it!
Mega Ray! Shining
Here I come!
More where that came
Here I come!
I'm on it!
Rising Wyvern! It's done! It's Easter! Here I come!
Astral energy!
Rising Sun!
Pierce
You're
laser
mine!
field!
Take this!
Razor fire!
Evil Fire!
Such a failure.
My turn! You'll pay for that! You'll finish it! Try harder! Here I come!
Thank
Can't
you.
get here!
Handled it. Dance in the wind! Sleep now. I'll be saving this one. Resuscitation!
Right for me.
Not
Here
done yet!
goes! Let me help. My astral energy!
Here I come! It's over!
In here!
Here I come! You'll finish!
Right.
Eagle Fly!
Rage hurricane!
Take this!
Feel! Eagle
Here I come! It's over!
Lightning! Downfall!
Blow away!
More with lightning!
Shattering magic field!
Mega Ray! Sleep now!
Right.
Annihilation! Into the shadow!
Take this! Now I'm in the groove!
Rising Wyvern! It's done! Take this!
Downfall!
I'm on it!
Hear me!
Here I come!
Glacial Spear! Pierce the eagle!
Here I come! You'll finish!
Freeze Land!
Rising Falcon!
Eat this!
Light Astral Lightning Condemned! Thunder!
Easter!
Stay away!
It's over!
Here!
Take this! It's over! Take this! You're finished!
In a bind?
Take this!
Lightning Condemned!
It's over! It's over!
Be happening! Too much to
Take... Wait for my friends!
Dance in the wind! In here!
You're mine! It's over!
I'll smash you!
Healing
Take
circle!
this!
Steel
Crumble! Rising Falcon!
Light
Raise
Astral Lightning Condemned!
Swallow
Pierce
dance!
the evil! Light Astral Raging Cascade!
Take this!
I'm ready!
It's
Lightning
over!
Condemned! I never miss!
Here I come! You're finished!
dance!
Glacial Spear! Pierce
It's
the evil!
done!
Freeze Land!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Burn in hell! Take this!
Raging Cascade! Sleep now!
Strike!
More Eagle Fly!
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern!
More where that came from!
You're mine! It's over!
Crumble! Death Flame! Reload! In here!
Now I'm You're finished!
Eagle Fly!
Rising Wyvern!
In a bind?
Lightning Orb!
Take this!
More where that came
Brimming with hatred.
No escape!
Crumble! In here!
Blow away!
I'll smash you!
Into the shadow!
No escape! Rising Wyvern!
Leave the door! Healing circle! I bring you back
Falcon! Lewis kick!
Laser spear. Wind
Ready,
natural
flash.
energy.
Flew
Freeze
away.
laser.
Unlock!
Here goes.
Take this! Whirlwind Rising Light! Hit dodge! You picked the wrong fight!
I'll show you just how strong my
your
arts
place.
really are. Where are you going? Watch and talent storm. Hear me! Steel sword! Strike! Lightning condensed!
Now I'm in the groove! Escape! Rising Wyvern!
In a bind?
Here I go!
Thank you.
It's over!
Raging Cascade!
You escape! Rising Wyvern! Take this! You're finished!
Raging
Here I come! Here I come! It's over!
Water!
Take this!
Lightning! Death Lightning
Here I come! You're
Where that
finished!
came from? Raging Cascade!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Flame of Fury!
Slave!
Here I come!
Freeze laser!
They're attacking separately!
Can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah! Take it away!
Eat this!
I never miss. Steel. I'll be
In a
saving
bind?
this one. Will this help?
Eat this!
Here I come!
Healing here goes.
Power!
Wits about you, people!
Freeze
Here I
laser.
come.
Killing hurricane. Here, let me help. Leave
Here I
out your
come.
energy.
You're finished!
Smash you! Watch
Here
this!
comes.
You're mine!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before it hits humanity! Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Who's such a failure?
Try and run!
Not today!
Ready to go! I've still got some fight left in me.
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
Photon blast! Raging cascade!
Take this!
Dance in the wind!
Nothing gets by me!
More for the left!
Rising Falcon! Try harder! Take this! You're finished! You're mine! You're finished!
All the watches!
You escape! Rising Wyvern!
Finest!
I'm not done! Take this! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! It's too much! Is this it? You're finished! Try harder! Take this! No escape! Take this!
I never miss.
It's over!
Pieces! Attack time!
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Lightning condensed.
You
will suffer!
It's on!
In a bind? Here we go again!
Not in your dreams.
Behold my
Lightning orb.
Burn!
Her master core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't.
Rising Wyvern!
One.
Strike! First strike!
Chinese
Luna Rondo!
supernova.
Eat this!
Rising Falcon!
Rickwell!
I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll take you down. You don't scare me.
Eat this! Here I go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Rising Wyvern! Ruin
My
kick!
astral energy!
Rising Falcon! Raining Slash!
Eagle
Divine!
dance in the wind!
Take this!
In
I'm
here!
not done! Rising Wyvern!
For the top
I'm not done!
Talon
Lunar Rondo!
Thunder Field!
Will suffer!
You're mine!
Wind astral energy!
You're mine! Rising
Dance in the wind! Here!
I can carve through
It's
armor!
over!
More for the top pile!
I'm not
I'll
done!
finish you here and now!
Magic is there!
I can handle it!
Crossblade!
Lunar Rondo!
Can't get out of this!
Swallow dance! You're finished!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
Try harder!
Chaotic disaster!
It's time!
Watch it! Varda! Not my finest.
Not on my watch! Better! Dance in the wind! Air drop! My astral power! Raging cascade! I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again!
Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more. Stop right there! Think you can cut me down? What?
happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Xion!
Alvin!
Xion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Iori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Iori. No! Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Naori. Shion. Damn it.
Take this! You're finished! Blow away! Take this! Blow away! Take this! Take this! You're finished! Take this! Mirage! I'm not done! Blow away! Raining slash! Strike! Severing wind! Lunar Rondo! Rising Falcon! Take this! It's over! Take this! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! You're mine! It's over! You're mine! You're finished! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Take this! Here I come! It's over! Here I come! Rising Falcon! You're mine! This should do it! Here I come! It's over! It's on! You picked the wrong fight! You're finished! Take this! Raining... Try harder! My turn! No escape! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! You're mine! Take this! There! You're mine! Here I come! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Here I come! You're finished! Try harder! My turn! Hold nothing back! Raining... Great! Next! Blow away! Strike! Blow away! Take this! Rising Falcon! Blow away! Take this! It's over! Mirage!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little... off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
senses an owl around here.
You picked the wrong fight!
Thunder Field!
You're mine!
Resonate with the earth!
Take it!
The enemy wields art too.
We'll soon see about that.
Resonate with the earth!
It's over!
Stalagmite!
I'm not done! You're mine!
Begin!
Double demon tank! Dragon swarm!
Catapult!
Here I come!
Elusifinity!
You're mine!
Now!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
Illuminate the dark!
You're mine!
Holy
You're
quiver!
finished!
Negative
Holy land!
Dragon
All
swarm!
day!
Rising wyvern!
I'm ready!
Lightning
Double
orb!
me! In an instant! Impact block!
I'm ready for the next battle. Speaking of Thistlelim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, Did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Xion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Xion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Xion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Xion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Dahnans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.